Postprandial plasma glucose versus carbohydrates and daily sugar intake grams and daily exercises minutes of 3 nations, number 1235, VMT Sharp 620, March 3, 2025, by Gerald C. EclaireMD Foundation. Category: Diabetes. Key messages. The author maintains residences in 3 countries, the USA, Taiwan, and Japan. As a result, he has developed a deep understanding of their lifestyles and medical systems. Having lived with type 2 diabetes for 30 years, he has a strong interest in further exploring this topic and expanding his knowledge. He began his data preparation using search engines and AI tools. However, due to missing data and some questionable aspects of the information, he conducted additional data cleaning. He recognizes that the original sources of his data depend on the databases utilized by the search engines and AI tools. Nevertheless, he believes the dataset used in this study is sufficient to provide a sensible and reasonable picture of the subject. The author's first step was to compare postprandial plasma glucose, PPG, or post-meal glucose, daily carbohydrate and sugar consumption in grams, C&S, and daily exercise time in minutes using traditional statistical methods. His second step was to calculate the energy generated through the interaction between the single output of PPG and 2 separate inputs, daily C&S in grams and daily exercise in minutes, using the viscoplastic energy model, VMT, from his developed math physical medicine, MPM, method. While basic statistical comparisons can only provide average ratios, or simple correlation values between variables, the VMT energy model captures the nonlinear interaction of PPG with C&S and exercise minutes. As a result, the VMT energy comparison reveals significantly larger differences, approximately 2 to 3 times greater, than the linear statistical results. The following table presents these findings. PPG, postprandial plasma glucose, USA, 190 mg per deciliter, 118% of Japan, Taiwan, 176 mg per deciliter, 110% of Japan, Japan, 161 mg per deciliter, 100%. C&S, carbohydrate and sugar in grams, USA, 328 grams, 107% of Japan, Taiwan, 311 grams, 102% of Japan, Japan, 306 grams, 100%. Exercise, minutes, USA, 33 minutes, 80% of Japan, Taiwan, 35 minutes, 85% of Japan, Japan, 41 minutes, 100%. VMT energy, USA, 177, 219% of Japan, Taiwan, 110, 136% of Japan, Japan, 81, 100%. Based on the VMT data table and graphical results, the following comparisons and conclusions can be drawn. Overall, Japan appears to be the healthiest nation with a PPG of 161 mg per deciliter, while the USA is the least healthy at 190 mg per deciliter, and Taiwan falls in the middle at 176 mg per deciliter. For comparison, the author's average PPG is 100 mg per deciliter, likely due to his disciplined lifestyle. The time series graphs, from 2015 to 2024, show that Japan's PPG has remained the lowest and most stable, averaging 160.74 mg per deciliter, while the USA's PPG fluctuates but averages 190.07 mg per deciliter, consistently the highest. All 3 nations consume excessive amounts of carbohydrates and sugar, exceeding 300 grams per day, approximately 100 grams per meal. Specifically, the USA consumes 328 grams, Taiwan 311 grams, and Japan 306 grams daily. The historical trends indicate that the USA's C&S peaked at 340.8 grams around 2020, while Japan's has been more stable, averaging 305.80 grams. In contrast, the author maintains a low-carb diet, consuming around 13 to 14 grams per meal, roughly 40 grams per day, which likely contributes to his lower PPG. Daily exercise time across all 3 nations is similar, ranging between 33 and 41 minutes per day, USA, 33 minutes, Taiwan, 35 minutes, Japan, 41 minutes. The graphs show that Japan's exercise time has been the most consistent, averaging 41.30 minutes, while the USA's has dipped as low as 30 minutes in some years. By comparison, the author averages 100 minutes of walking per day, which may further support his better glucose control. Regarding VMT energy, the USA has the highest value at 177, Japan, the lowest at 81, and Taiwan is in the middle at 110. The VMT energy reflects the combined impact of glucose, diet, and exercise on health and longevity, with higher values indicating greater potential damage to the body. For example, the USA's high VMT energy 219% of Japan's, suggests a greater risk of diabetes-related complications compared to Japan's lower value. The graphs plotting PPG against C and S and exercise minutes reveal that C and S contributes more significantly to VMT energy, e.g., 77% in the USA, than exercise, e.g., 23% in the USA, highlighting the importance of dietary control. In summary, the author's analysis underscores the health disparities among the USA, Taiwan, and Japan, with Japan demonstrating the best outcomes in terms of PPG and VMT energy. The author's own metrics, low PPG, reduced carb intake, and increased exercise, suggest that a disciplined lifestyle can significantly improve diabetes management, potentially leading to a lower VMT energy and better long-term health outcomes.